Hey guys, welcome back. I want to welcome you into another episode of Bending Time with Daryl Sweeney. And I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a completely different video than the one I planned 2 minutes ago. As I sat down in this chair in this room that I've been in so many times, I started getting flooded with thoughts and images from the cohort, the SCG Leadership Institute, the group that was together just a couple weekends ago. And I always want to pick out bits and pieces to share with you. But today, instead of doing that, I want to share the overall theme that came out of the weekend. And I'll start by sharing a story. The story I want to share is what somebody in the room brought and shared with the room. And she was describing what had happened over the first couple of days. And she started passing around this image. And I'll try to make sure that we get a link to the image attached to this video so you can see it. But it showed a bird in a cage. And the fascinating thing about this cage is the cage only had two bars, right? And the bird was gripping white knuckled for dear life to the two bars on this cage. And it was a fascinating image because it represents what is true for so many of us, that we feel trapped, that we feel stuck, that we feel like there's no way out, that we can't figure out how to get out of the cages. I've recorded a video in the past called The Cages That We Create, and it's the same kind of idea. And what this participant in the Institute shared is she said, this week in the first 2 days we spent together helped wake me up to the fact that, yeah, these two bars that are right in front of me are keeping me here, keeping me stuck. But all of the other bars are missing. And all I have to do is look left or look right, make a little tweak to something I'm doing, and everything changes. The freedom I've been looking for is available to me. And that was the big theme on the weekend. While I didn't come in wanting to build a weekend around this idea of freedom, it is the theme that naturally emerged based on who was in the room and what they brought. See, so often as leaders, we are missing this sense of freedom. And one of the things that I keep waking up more and more to is all of the places that I don't feel free. What about you? Where are the places where you don't feel free to say the thing that you really want to say, to share the idea you really want to share, to have the conversation with one of your direct reports that you really want to have, to propose a strategy, to show up in a way that feels true and honest for you? See, we all have these places and these ways where we feel stuck. We feel like there's this whole list of things we can't do, people we can't be. And so we conform, right? We've been conditioned through life to show up in a way that toes the line, in a way that is acceptable, in a way that will make other people see us as valuable or important. And for many of us, we wouldn't be where we are today. You probably wouldn't be watching this video or leading the people and the team that you are had you not done that. It's worked. And because it's worked, we keep running that playbook back over and over and over again. Now, what I'm finding true in my own life, in my business, in my family, in my home, and what the people in the room of the SCG Leadership Institute found was that as well as our playbooks have worked, as well as this idea of conforming and being and showing up in the ways that we feel like we have to be and have to show up, as well as that works for us, there is something even more powerful on the other side. There is something even more powerful by starting to identify the places we're not free and beginning to understand what freedom in those moments look like. What does it look like and what impact could it have on you, your life, your experience of work, your team, your family, anywhere? What experience would it have if you were able to have that conversation? If you and one of your direct reports were able to have an honest conversation about what's going on or what's not going on? If you and your boss were able to have the conversation about the experience of work you're having, whether it be burnout, whether it be feeling stuck with your team, whatever's happening for you, what if you were truly free to step fully into the moment, step fully into whatever that is? What if you were free to be with somebody who's complaining, be it a customer, a client, a direct report? What if you were free to be with their emotions, with their frustration, with their anger? What if you were free to be with a boss who had overbearing tendencies, a boss who was overly judgmental, and you didn't get swept up in what was going on in their world and let it affect and impact your world the way it does today. Now, I don't know what freedom looks like for you. I don't know what this conversation, what this video might inspire or bring up for you. But what I do know is that every place I've had this conversation, every place that I've sat with somebody, we've taken a deeper look into what freedom looks like and where they're not free to be themselves, where they're not free to show up fully, where they're not free to say the thing or be the thing. Every time we start looking in these directions and we start exploring what freedom looks like for them, something opens up. And the people I've been having these conversations with, and I'll be honest, for me in my life, as I've stepped into looking at those spaces and shifting how I'm showing up and stepping into the freedom that was available to me all along, results begin to rise. Teams begin to produce more and more. Uh, Work becomes more fun. It's happening for me and it's happening to the folks I talk to. So, my simple invitation as we close out this video is this: take a look at your life and ask yourself, where are you not free to be? Where are you not free to show up, to say the thing, to do the thing, to be the thing, whatever that thing is for you? And once you identify those places, let's take a look at what's created it, and more importantly, what we want to create next. Because there is magic and there are miracles on the other side of freedom. You step into the freedom I'm pointing to, and I'm willing to bet that your results change quickly, that your relationships shift, that the world looks different. And as soon as it does, you begin moving around it differently. Take a look. Let me know what those areas are. Let me know where you feel stuck. Let me know where you're not free. And if you want to have a two-way conversation about what that freedom could look like and what's available to you in it, you know how to get a hold of me. Check me out on my website, darrellsweeney.com, or drop me a message on any of the social media platforms I'm on, or drop a comment on this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.